Let's come to outsourcing. External Affairs Minister S. M. Krishna addressed a meeting of some editors last week where he said India was deeply concerned about America's pro-protectionist stand on visas, on outsourcing. How much of a concern is that? Because that's something the Indian team would like to raise with the president. But the concern is that this might take some of the sheen away from the strategic dialogue, because outsourcing is very big for Indian companies.
Yeah, and let's hit this one directly on too. Let's put aside some of the press speculation and the hyperbole and talk about the facts and talk about the real relationship. The outsourcing issue is an insignificant footnote in a book between the United States and India of strategic global partnership. When there were some rattlings of outsourcing back in 2005, right before an election, and you asked the leadership, the corporate leadership of Wipro and Infosys, what effect did those outsourcing bans have on your global business with the United States? They will honestly tell you very little, actually none. But let's not take their word as the sole source here. Let's look at the arc of trade between the United States and India and see if outsourcing has impacted that. Actually, in the last 9 years, trade between the two countries has tripled.
But what are the specifics of what America seeks from India? For example,
well, India needs to do certain things too. I mean, India, in terms of its cooperation and its partnerships are two ways. India needs to do some things on defense agreements where they would not only look at considering signing some of the defense foundational agreements that allow us to exchange and sell our most sensitive technology. That technology helps India protect itself and have the best technology in the world. It is the kind of agreement that is not unusual to India. It's the kind of agreement that we enter into with Great Britain and Japan and our closest allies. Explaining and making sure that both sides come to an agreement on that. Another issue is agriculture and more market access for our farming community.
But on the issue of nuclear deal, would you be seeking specific changes to clauses? Because American companies are very unhappy with the final version of the Nuclear Liability Act.
We recognize, as a former parliamentarian, I served many years in Congress, we recognize how difficult the parliamentarian process is. We respect that process. We watched it take place. They passed a bill. There are certainly some things outside the legislative process that India might consider doing to improve and clarify how they could conduct business with the United States. Companies like GE and Westinghouse, we look forward to a full implementation and India living up to the agreement that they signed back in 2008 as an international partner to that agreement, which has certain responsibilities that come with that international partnership. But we're very anxious to conclude it, to complete it, and to see that this helps define this strategic relationship where jobs are created in America, where electricity is delivered to Indians and villages, where I've been several times, where these lights are something they dream about. We take them for granted in this interview. But in a village where a child will now have the opportunity someday, thanks to U.S.-India cooperation, to turn a light on and to read at night, where a woman can engage in sewing and embroidery and do more business, where a man can work harder and employ more people in his business. That's the magic of this partnership. Those are the strategic ideas that the United States and India have in going forward. There is electricity in the air for President Obama's visit. He will be here probably longer than he will have been in any other country during his presidency. Longest stay in his presidency in any other country, right here in India, to show why he thinks this is the indispensable partnership for the United States in the 21st century. Very exciting time. We look forward to it, and I've enjoyed the opportunity to talk to you and also explain to your viewers, get the facts to them about this relationship.
These are very exciting times, and thank you very much, Your Excellency, for granting us your time.
Good to be with you.